I'm so enraged. Guys, that's my intro. I am enraged. Let me fix my camera as always. Why am I enraged? Because we're playing Enraged Muka Muka. Muka Muka? I've always said Muka Muka ever since I was a kid. I don't know why when I was a kid I saw this card and Muka Muka and thought they looked like the most broken things because I didn't understand, like, setting back row was important. But I like the idea of a giant monster I can float into with giant rat. So that's what we're playing today. We're playing giant rat enraged Muka Muka with last wills and creature swaps, and my body is a shield to keep the Muka Muka alive. The hard part is keeping your hand size very big. Obviously, you want to keep it big, so enraged Muka Muka is a beefy boy. One card in hand, 1600, two cards in hand, which is very feasible, becomes a 2000, and any more than that, I mean, three cards in hand, it can beat over a Chaos Sorcerer, and if you have more than that, wow, that boy is big. This is the deck. I don't really have time to go over a huge deck profile today, but, Giant Rat float into this. You got Last Will, so we have Exiled Force to trigger it. We have Thunder Dragon to keep our hand size big, giving us also good discard fodder, even though, we don't want to discard. But, sometimes you have to with, Tribe Infecting Virus or Graceful Charity. Creature Swap to work with the Giant Rat and Sangan and stuff. Some Warriors with reinforcement of the armies. Triple Jar of Greed, just so, maybe, I don't know, we can have an enraged Muka Muka. My opponent attacks in, and we flip Jar of Greed and make it bigger, and then it beats over that monster. This is the deck. Let's see how it works. We're going to go and join the GOAT format ladder. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, then make it a fantastic day by doing anything else other than watching this video, though I love when you guys tell me that my videos help it be a fantastic day. I do have a question for you all. Are my, titles... I think we have a fan. Or he hates my guts, one or the other. Nah, the real deal. It's me. Not a poser. I'm not cool enough to have posers. But, of course. I hope you're having a fantastic day. But are my video titles too clickbaity? I really, I do and I don't, Unfortunately, when I started making videos again, I found that if I, did something like, the last one was like, oh, calling judges and playing tunes, and someone commented, and I can't remember who, and frankly, it doesn't really matter, but they were like, titles clickbaity. Oh. And, I know, I want to respect you guys. Truthfully, I want to respect you, and what I was going to say is, when I started coming back and made slightly more clickbaity titles, they did seem to do better, and it's that catch-22 of, I don't want to do it, but it seems to work. So there's somewhere in between, and that's what I want to ask you guys, is where's that in between for you all? Do you want me to do more clickbaity? I think I might almost title this one, no clickbait, playing Enraged Muka Muka, almost the exact opposite, and we'll see, you guys can read the title based on the video. But, okay, let's talk about our opening hand, because we haven't done that yet. Double Thunder Dragon, now that we discarded one. Mind Control, Torrential Tribute, Snatch Steal, Rhoda, Enraged, Muka Muka. Alright, I think Snatch Stealing seems pretty powerful here. Yeah, I like Snatch Steal the DD Warrior Lady. Dust Tornado, okay, that's fine. Oh, he's going to use the effect of Dust Tornado to set another card. Very interesting. I think we will then go ahead and just set Torrential Tribute and pass our turn. He might just attack with the DD Warrior Lady, and that's okay. But if he summons a monster, we can get a plus. Nope, he's just going to attack. Setting another back row and passing, we draw a second reinforcement of the army. We'll go ahead, activate one Rhoda. Let's see what we have in this deck. Apologies for the dog squeaking her toy. As always, I need to have her in here, because if I don't have her in the room, she's going to destroy other stuff. She seems to be the kind of dog where if you're not paying attention to her, she will purposefully, if she knows you're home, she likes to then go make trouble. If you're not home, she's like, okay, it's fine. but she's needy. And if you're not paying attention, she will mess your stuff up. Alright. I think we'll wait for the other Rhoda for now. But do we want to use... Yeah, we'll exile Force. We just searched it. Just get that off the board and pass turn. I want to keep cards in hand for this Enraged Muka Muka, but we don't really have a way to summon it. I was also thinking if we got Last Will. Last Will is another way to get the Enraged Muka Muka. Summons Blade Knight. Oh, we're going to Torrential Tribute that. Alright, Call of the Haunted. Hitting us for 1,600. We get a giant rat. And now what do we want to do? I think we summon Giant Rat. See what he does here. Solemn Judgment the Rat. Wow. Okay. And we'll pass turn. We'll take another 1,600. So life points are closer to equal than not. Injection Fairy Lily. That is an interesting card. I wish we had the like Sasuke Samurai or Zambira in deck. We're definitely going to take out this Mind Control. But I think we're going to try to run over this Blade Knight. Ring of Destruction. We each take 400. We will set the Mind Control because we need something to bluff at least. And does he have another monster to summon? No, he's going to hit us for 2,000 though. We'll take it. Get Pot of Greed. He's seeing the Enraged Muka Muka. No! Not my Muka Muka. We'll then activate the Pot of Greed. He might have another Judgment. Yep, he does. We'll then activate Rhoda. Getting ourselves... I think we have to go DD Warrior Lady. And I think we summon it. Activate the Mind Control. Attack. Get him down to 300. And pass turn and just hope that this is going to be enough. Obviously, if he has one more monster, we just lose. But I don't think we have much of a choice at the moment. Doesn't look like he's going to have that monster, and he doesn't attack either. We get a Nobleman of Crossout. That is unfortunate, but we can set it, change this to defense just to protect our life points and pass turn. Same thing as before, but he doesn't get the monster. We get Don Zalug. I think we summon the Don. He Judgments. So he's down to 150 life points. We just pass. No real stories today. What did I do today? I worked. Alright, he has Exiled Force. He's gonna win. Alright, game 1 goes to him. I worked. I went to the gym. The gym was fine. Let's take Mind Control out. I think we'll bring in these Decrees. Get Nobleman out of there. Is my body as a shield good? I don't think Mystic Swordsman level 2 is good. We have a lot of traps for the Decree, which I don't love. Maybe put a creature swap in over... I don't know. Jar of Greed at least is pretty chainable. Maybe like Torrential Tribute. If it wants to let me, there we go. The gym was pretty good today. I've been doing a little bit more cardio, and it's been feeling pretty good. I never was like I don't believe in cardio. Cardio was stupid. No, like I always knew it was important. It's your heart is a muscle. Training your heart just like you train the rest of your body is important. When I was in college, this is a little story I can tell about. It was when I was actually running consistently. I was very fortunate to be living in Boston at the time for college. And very, very close to my apartment. I'm talking no more, like not even 200 yards, like less than one football field probably, so 100 yards, was the Harbor Walk. And I could run to, if you guys know, Castle Island, really, really cool spot. It's an old fort, I guess not really super old in the grand scheme of history, but for American history, relatively old. And, had along the harbor, and you would kind of go out over a little path and then around this little island with a fort, and then you could run back, and I would do that loop a few times, and it was like 6 miles, and it felt so good. And when I first started, I could not do it well. Opening hand, we'll talk about that real quick. Decree, Pot of Greed, Enraged Muka Muka, Creature Swap, Exiled Force, Last Will. We will Pot of Greed, of course, right away. Getting Giant Rat, Sangan. And I think we will summon the Giant Rat, set Decree. And if we can do something pretty crazy, we might be able to do like a Last Will, Creature Swap, Exiled Force play, get multiple Muka Muka out. Have a Decree. So we'll see how this goes. He has the MST for the Decree. That's so unfortunate. But I still feel okay about this position at the moment. But I was running that, and when I first started, like I said, it was really bad, but I just kept going every single day, just going more and more. And it was working out. We have a Don Zalug, which is pretty fortunate. I think, though, we're going to... Do we want a creature swap? Or Last Will? If we creature swap, we can then summon the Enraged Muka Muka. I feel like it's a Don Zalug set. And I don't know if we're going to get a better creature swap opportunity. Yeah, we'll creature swap. It was a Spirit Reaper. I'm happy to see that gone. And yet I can't switch battle position, but I can tribute over it for Enraged Muka Muka, which is at 2,800. And we will then summon another Enraged Muka Muka. So, he's got a lot fewer life points. And yeah, but when winter came, I, stopped running because it was winter. I know I probably could have run on a treadmill and kept the cardio up. And then when I came back to running, oddly enough, that's next spring, my heel would start getting really tight, and like my Achilles tendon, and then slowly would start going numb and kind of tingly, to the point where it was just too uncomfortable to keep going, which was really unfortunate because I was enjoying it. He just summons a Exiled Force, tributes, get rid of one Muka Muka, sets a back row, and passes. We get Thunder Dragon. We'll discard the Thunder Dragon to get 2 more. I should have gone to standby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is, what is it? 24 plus 12, 3,600. Now, I fear what the trap could be, but we're going to go for it. It's a Sakuretsu armor. I should have last willed. I was afraid of the mirror force. We'll go ahead and summon the Sangan and pass turn. And so I stopped running once the my heals started going numb. It never really came back to it, and slowly but surely, I mean, this was years and years ago, you know, college for me. I graduated in 2020. Fortunately, we take 800 from this Kaiku, and he's going to banish some cards, but we do search ourselves, I think, the Giant Rat, and we're going to be able to go, like, Last Will, Giant Rat, and put some monsters on the board. He sets a back row. We get the other Enraged Muka Muka. Are you serious? Well, we're not going to be getting that. We will activate Last Will, summon Exiled Force, Judgment, declare, with the Last Will, summon Injection Fairy Lily, and attack. Take 2,000 and put him at 400. And we just have to pass the turn. But today, when I was doing cardio, I feel like the story I'm having a hard time continuing. I want to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! I want to talk about the story. Today, when I decided to go for a quick run, I think we can just... Do we go for Exiled Force? In case it's a spy, we're going to go for the Exiled Force. Target. Okay. That also protected us, because if he had Torrential Tribute and he Torrentials, we can then just normal summon, and we were going to be A-okay. Alright, he saw Decrees. I think we're going to bring in the Sakuretsu Armors over the Jar of Greeds. They definitely, you know, don't go well with the Decrees, but I feel like he's not going to expect Sakuretsu Armors. Yeah, we're just going to go with this. But for the first time in a long time, I actually told myself I want to hit a 7-minute mile. That was a little goal I had. And for me, that is not easy. I mean, you know, I like to think I'm in shape. I'm relatively strong. But like I said, my cardio has been greatly lacking for years now. I get my good amount of steps in a day. With the job that I do, I'm outside, I'm working, you know, I'm pretty consistently hitting 10,000. And sometimes, you know, my high end can be like 17 to 18. I've had days where I'm at like 24. I think the first day I ever worked this job, I was at 27,000 steps. It was insane. I was just like walking around a house like so much because I was kind of like the ground guy. You know, I work on roofs. But, you know, occasionally you need the guy on the ground. And that particular job, you needed a guy on the ground. There was a ton of trash getting like thrown off the roof, and so I was just either bringing something up a ladder to someone, and then like right when I would come down, someone else would need something, so I was just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And opening hand, it doesn't look good. Double Enraged Muka Muka, Sakuretsu Armor, and Rhoda. But we get Delinquent Duoed, so maybe we'll be fine here. Hits an Enraged Muka Muka, and I'll discard the other one. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? Sets a monster, and 2 back row. Passes turn. He goes -1 with the Trap Dust Shoot. So actually discarding the other Enraged Muka Muka kind of works out. We will then activate the Rhoda. And I think we will get ourselves... Because we have Sakuretsu Armors, I think the best one here. No, we took the Mystic Swordsman level 2 out, which makes sense. You know, it was not the best card, but I think we'll get ourselves Exiled Force. Summon it. Declare. Pop. Spirit Reaper. I'm fine with that. Set Sakuretsu. Set Sakuretsu. Pass turn. And the dog went into the basket and found her other toy that we've had to hide from her because she was getting fluff out of it. Goodness gracious. Okay. Pass turn, draw on creature swap. So he knows about our 2 back row. We can take 900. I'm not afraid of Mystic Swordsman level 2. We get Snatch Steal. Pass turn. It's a very slow clock right now with this Mystic Swordsman level 2. Alright, we get another Enraged Muka. I think we can wait another turn, just so this Muka can be a little bit bigger, and maybe we get a giant rat or something that I feel a little more comfortable. Though, with my body as a shield, I don't want to go too low, because obviously we want to be able to pay for the life points. We'll take another 900. We get Last Will. Okay. I do think we're going to go for this here. We'll try to Snatch Steal the Mystic Swords in level 2. It gets Dust Tornadoed. So, that was going to happen no matter what. But I think that leaves it open for more plays in the future. All we need is a giant rat would be, like, fantastic right now. We'll probably Sakuretsu armor any other monster he summons, but he knows these are Sakuretsu armors. I suppose one of them could be in my body as a shield, because he doesn't know that. But you'd have to assume that I set both Sakuretsu armors. Goes to battle. We'll take another 9. Passes turn. We get Thunder Dragon. We can discard the Thunder Dragon. Getting 2 more. And pass turn once again. And I do think we are going to Sakuretsu armor. This time, we want to keep our life points a little high for that My Body as a Shield. And maybe he'll put a better monster on board for us to creature swap. But he does not. We get Heavy Storm. We'll pro set it. Try to bait out a normal summon and attack. Maybe he'll go ahead and Sakuretsu armor, and then we can Heavy Storm and wipe away his back row. Or at least bait out a Solemn Judgment. That would be pretty good. I like the idea of that. Summons Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. We will Sakuretsu armor it. We get Call of the Haunted. That's actually fantastic because we have Last Will Exiled Force. Get rid of Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute. We will set Call of the Haunted and pass our turn. We had that My Body as a shield to protect ourselves. Oh my goodness, I apologize greatly for the dog. I can't say it enough. But it's better that she's in here than out there, let me tell you that. Pays 800 for Premature Burial to bring back the Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. We will take 18. Sets a back row and passes. We get our own Premature Burial. And I think we start with the call. Because we're going to go for the Enraged Muka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4 is 28. So this is 4,000. We'll try to attack. Pay 1,500. This does go down to 3,600. And I think we set the last will. 3,200 I think is big enough to threaten any warriors, and we just want to bluff. He has Heavy Storm. That is unfortunate. Is he going to follow it up with a normal summon of a warrior? Sad. Muka couldn't get it done. GG's. Alright. Take... I expect it. No need to apologize. Have a good one. Gotta get one more match. Alright. Really love running into fans. It's always fun. Girl, you need to stop. And then I try to get the toy away from her and she thinks it's a game. She loves Tug. Tug is her favorite thing in the world. I know it's not good for you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. We have gotten gates. We have done so much to try to stop this girl. And we love her. She's so cute. But she just loves to be devious. We're going to open up discarding Thunder Dragon to get 2 Thunder Dragons to our hand. And then I like the idea of just going for Rhoda, getting ourselves a Don Zalug, and trying to... Okay, it's a Scapegoat. We'll attack 1 goat token, just get it off the board, and pass our turn. Double Giant Rat, double Thunder Dragon, Serpent, Premature Burial in hand. Reasoning, let's call 4. He's going to hit 8. Gets rid of a BLS, that's good to see gone. And it does look like yep, there's a 4. Monster Gate, okay. Following up the reasoning. Chaos Sorcerer gone. There's a Demock, though. And he does have a Monster Reincarnation. I think that's a pretty solid tech. I don't know, is that super standard in the Reasoning Gate decks now? I don't know if that's the most standard. There is fluff all over the floor. Guys, I don't know what to do. Tributes for Air Knight Parshath, putting Dark Magician of Chaos in the Banished Zone. What did he get? I'm assuming... Yeah, returned the Dimension Fusion. Getting himself back the Dark Magician of Chaos. And now maybe going for the Monster Reincarnation. He does have a Light and a Dark. Goes for Snatch Steal. So he's going to get a lot of pluses here. 1,400. He knows we have Thunder Dragons in hand. He hits 1. Hitting a Giant Rat. That's a little unfortunate. And then we'll take 19 and 2,800. Setting a back row. What could that back row be? You get another Giant Rat. Okay. Standby will gain 1,000. And we have, once we summon the Giant Rat, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 5 times 4, 2,000. That would make the Muka bigger than Dark Magician of Chaos. So we will summon the Giant Rat. Attack into the Donzalug. Declare the giant rat. Summon ourselves. Where is he? Enraged Muka, which is 3,200. Beat over that Dark Magician of Chaos. And then we're just going to pass turn, I think. Yeah. Snatch Steel's gone. Demock's gone. 2 Dimension Fusions are gone. He might... I think another Chaos Sorcerer is going to be the easiest way to get past this Enraged Muka. But that might not be super easy, because he has BLS and 1 Chaos Sort gone. Monster Reincarnation's gone, and I would imagine you're only playing the 1 copy. I feel like 2 would be a little bit excessive. Card Destruction. And we have now Jar of Greed, Mirror Force, DD Warrior Lady, and Creature Swap. Creator. That's pretty sick. That is a cool card to see. There's the Dimension Fusion. So he's going to be able to get back the Demock, get Monster Reincarnation, get himself a Chaos Monster, probably the BLS, and then just attack, and win. Okay. Banishing Creator and the Dark. Alright, so he had that right there. Bring in Token Thanksgivings. Take out the Creature Swap. Sakuretsu Armors are better than no Sakuretsu Armors. I think Mind Control is probably... Mind Control might be better than Sakuretsu Armor, because we could take a Chaos Monster. I don't know if we want to bring in 2. Maybe, like, Noblemans don't seem too good. Mystic Swords in level 2 doesn't seem good. Fairy Lily is fine. Heavy Storm's not that good. He's going to have a bunch of chainables. Yeah, I think this is the best thing we can create against this deck. I don't really think we're going to win against a Reasoning Gate Turbo deck, but who knows. Graceful Charity, Mind Control, DD Warrior Lady, Torrential Tribute, Injection, Fairy Lily, Enraged Muka. I think we'll go ahead, activate the Graceful Charity, drawing Last Will, Donzalug, Call of the Haunted, discarding Enraged Muka, and maybe the Zalug. Yeah. And then I think we'll set Torrential. The question is, do we summon DD Warrior Lady or not? I don't necessarily want to into a Torrential Tribute. I think we'll summon it. Heavy Storm. Unfortunate. We lose Call and Torrential Tribute. Reasoning, we'll call 4. Did he side into the Stein? Doesn't look like it. BLS is gone, gets Blowback Dragon. Okay, so we need him to miss his flips. We really need him to miss his flips. Alright, it's like someone's in defense now. He's declaring. That's fine. Go ahead and flip your coins. Alright, tails. Come on, tails. Alright, cool. You don't need to flip 3 times if you get 2 tails. He gets 3 tails. It's a 1 out of 8 chance. Monster gates away the Blowback Dragon for Parshath. That's fine. It trades 1-for-1 with the DD Warrior Lady. He does have a light and a dark in his graveyard. But if he does go ahead, he's viewing extra deck, so maybe Metamorphosis coming. Could make Dark Balter and negate the DD Warrior Lady. We'll take 400. Banishes Air Knight Parshath. He sets a back row and passes. We get Last Will. We'll summon Injection Fairy Lily. Try to attack. Scapegoat. So, at least we don't need to use life points. We'll just run over a token. And pass our turn. He summons a Thousand Eyes Restrict and starts poking us for 400 with this Injection Fairy Lily attached Thousand Eyes. We'll set Jar of Greed that we just drew, pass turn. Jules. Sorry, she was now eating the freaking door because she wants to get out. Okay, I'm going to let her out because I need to. Today is a tough day. We got another mind control. Cool. Alright, let's Jar of Greed. Just see what we can get. Get Token Thanksgiving. We'll use it. Gaining 1,600 life points. Passing turn. Getting rid of his tokens so he can't monster gate them. We have not seen any Sacred Cranes, though maybe one's in his hand, at least. He'll beat us for 400 life points. Get a third Last Will. Guys, what are these draws? Mind control, mind control. Like, look at our hand. At least it's symmetrical right now. 400 again. Get Mirror Force. Okay, I'm happy to see that. Though I think we're going to keep taking the 400 for now. Technically, also with the Injection Fairy Lily, if he True Nades, we get back the Fairy Lily. We'll take 400. Discards the Creator. We get Tribe Infecting Virus. We'll summon the Tribe, but we're not going to use the effect. I want to just stop him from attacking, but, like, I doubt he's running Tsukiyomi. So he's going to take some damage, and then take the Tribe. And that's fine. He deals 1,200 damage to himself, takes the Tribe. I can always go ahead and Mirror Force. Actually, I can Sakuretsu Armor. We'll Sakuretsu Armor, getting rid of that now 1,600 attack point, Thousand Eyes Restrict. And Mirror Force is still on the board. We get a Giant Rat. We'll summon the Rat. Just in case, we'll activate one Last Will and attack. He's probably just going to take it now. Yep. Pass turn. So no effect from Last Will, but basically just stopped him from using a Mirror Force or anything weird. Monster Reincarnation, discarding a Sacred Crane, getting back BLS. So he's either going to make a giant push, but if he does attack over the Giant Rat, probably Dimension Fusion coming. I have to imagine a Dimension Fusion's coming. But we can get back DD Warrior Lady, at the very least. Upstart Goblin. We'll take 1,000 life points. I hope he just banishes. Banishing 2 more for Chaos Sork. banishes the giant rat. We'll take 3,000 from a direct attack from BLS. We get Rhoda. 700 plus 3,000. So we're going to activate the Rhoda. Getting ourselves Exiled Force. Then activate Last Will. Summon the Exiled. Do we use 2 Last Wills? Muka would be at, what's 12? It'd be at 24. No, because then we need to mind control these away. But I still think we do it. Get rid of the BLS. Declare. No, we don't need a mind control. We'll summon Muka and Muka. 2,400. 2,400. Technically, the defense also goes up, but I don't care enough about that right now. And attack for 24. Scapegoat tokens. All right. I do think we set the Mirror Force, making these 2,000. And we'll pass our turn. Now I'm fearful of what she's doing out in the other room. Trunade. Bringing these back to 24. There's Chaos Sort gone, and hey, Jinzo isn't the same size as the Muka now. Go ahead, ram into one. I dare ya. I double dare ya. He's viewing as banished, so we know he has a Dimension Fusion. Just sets a back row, we get Giant Rat. These are now 2,800. Oh, not 28. 600. I do know it also goes up, like I said, 28. And I think we just go ahead and get rid of these tokens. And we'll pass our turn. We want to keep these bigger than the Jinzo. Reasoning. I think we have to call 8. We've seen 1 Sacred Crane, but we have not seen Demok. And Demok would be a blowout. We've seen the Blowback Dragon gone. Tyrant 1. The Brain Control would have been... No problem. Brain Control would have been broken. That would have really messed us up. He's Brain Controls, rams the Mukas. He might have to Dimension Fusion just to protect himself. Guys, I'll be right back here chewing on something. Goes to defense, he passes turn. Get Thunder Dragon. We'll discard the Thunder Dragon to get 2 more. I'm now not going to go right back. I'm just going to keep playing. Very professional of me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4, 2,400. So 3,600. 36. 600. 3,600. Not 26. Um, and I think we actually just mind control. Keep the Jinzo on the board. They're 32. 32. That he knows. I'm done. Okay, they're scapegoats. That's 2 tokens. Attack. Attack. Move. Pass turn. 600. 3,200. One, two, three, four, five. Brain control. There's the brain control that we were worried about. He's viewing his grave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm like looking at it. I'm like, the math is wrong. Tributes Jinzo. Okay, so here comes the Demock. Gets himself, what? Dimension Fusion? I don't see a monster reincarnation in... Oh, there's a monster reincarnation. Okay. Gets Dimension Fusion, though. Goes for the Dimension Fusion. We'll special summon our 2 as well. He goes for a Blowback and the Parshath. Come on, I need some tails. 1. Come on, tails, 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 tails. Yeah! Muka. Too strong. Alright. And we're just gonna go right ahead into a game 3. The fact that I got a single win with this deck against a Reason Gate. I'm gonna go check on the dog. She found hair ties. That was her thing. Alright, we get Last Will. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. We have Giant Rat, Warrior Lady, Token Thanksgiving, Last Will, Mirror Force. We will, I think, go ahead, start with a Warrior Lady. Try to attack. It's a Scapegoat. No attack. Main phase 2, Token Thanksgiving. Gain ourselves 3,200. And set Mirror Force. I mean, that was just exactly what I wanted to happen. Clears his board. He's going to give us another 1,000. Guys, when's the last time that you've seen someone at 12,000 life points or more in a GOAT format game? That just doesn't happen very frequently. And he passes his turn. Discarding Jinzo. That's fine. We'll summon the Giant Rat, because we need to start doing damage. And this will do more damage than tributing for the enraged Muka right now. We need to get him as quickly as possible to range where he can use the least amount of Dimension Fusions. Snatch steals the DD Warrior Lady. I'm assuming he's going to try to attack the Giant Rat and use the DD Warrior Lady effect, and we can Mirror Force that. Maybe tribute the DD Warrior Lady. But Jinzo's gone, so I don't need to worry about him tributing for Jinzo. premature burial. Okay, so we had the premature burial for the Jinzo. I'm assuming we're going to take 100. Okay, no effect. To grave, and we will get ourselves, in that case, I think we go Injection Fairy Lily. He monstergates the Jinzo away. One Chaos Sorcerer gone. Gets a Parshath. Fine by me. Take your Parshath. We get Call of the Haunted. Standby? Guys, we're over 13,000 life points right now. We're gonna attack into the Parshath. Take 2,000. Putting him at 2,700. Main phase 2. Yeah. 34, yeah, he took a little bit, so 2,800. And then I think we go ahead, summon Giant Rat, set Call of the Haunted, pass turn. He does have lights and darks in the grave. Here comes a Chaos Orc in defense. Banishing the Injection Fairy Lily. That's alright, I want to keep my life points high, you know? You don't want to pay too much for the Fairy Lily. But that does give us a monster to bring back if he is to Dimension Fusion. And as you know, I have plenty of life points to pay if he does want to bring it back. Goes and tributes the Chaos Orc with a Metamorphosis. For what, Ryu Senshi maybe? Yep, Ryu Senshi. F. Alright. So he's gonna use the DD Warrior Lady, banish the Giant Rat. And then does he attack with the Ryu Senshi? If he does, I think I Call the Haunted. No, maybe I don't. I take a little more life points, but I don't think life points are my big worry right now. Enraged Muka with 3 cards in hand would be big enough to beat over the Ryu Senshi, so I can call, get Giant Rat. We'll take the 2,000. He passes turn. We get Sinister Serpent. That is pretty good. We will go to battle. Call of the Haunted he can't negate because it's not a normal trap. Attack. Take 600. To grave. To grave. Getting ourselves the Enraged Muka, which is at 2,400. And attacking. And now we pass turn. Jinzo and Parshath are banished. He does have enough for 1 Dimension Fusion, but we also have 3 monsters to get back. So, although it's not great, I mean, we're getting more pluses from the Dimension Fusion than he is. And we have Mirror Force. And he's used no True Nades or Heavy Storms. He has no lights in the grave, though, so Chaos isn't live. Monster Reincarnation. Discarding a BLS for Chaos Sorc. Banishing both of them. for the Chaos Orc in defense and banishes Enraged Muka Muka. Passes turn. We get Thunder Dragon. We'll discard it to get ourselves 2 more. Set Sinister Serpent for some defense and pass. Thunder Dragon just is so good because it makes Muka Muka so much bigger. That's fine. He gets Graceful Charity. Discarding a Dimension Fusion and a Giant Trunade. Reasoning. Let's see. I think we have to go 8. I feel like if he hits a Dark Magician of Chaos or the Tyrant Dragon, that's right, we saw the Tyrant Dragon, we just get blown out too much. So he does attack with the Chaos Orc. I should have just Mirror Forced. We get Tribe, bring back the Sinister Serpent. We will summon the Tribe, declare, discard Serp, attack. We had the game there if we had just Mirror Forced. And we could have won with Enraged Muka Muka. But what can you do? But he's now out of Dimension Fusion range, which is his biggest play. GG's. Does he say anything? Beefy boy, for sure. That is the fact that we just won. Guys, I'm so excited. We just beat a, like, actual meta deck with freaking Enraged Muka Muka. I mean, it performed the way I wanted it to. I think that was alright. So, if you guys like this video, if you like Enraged Muka Muka, then like the video. I also don't know why it looks so bright right now, but like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.